A very good morning to one and all. I'm Shukit from the class of 2019, and I will be the Master of Ceremonies for today. Graduation for all of us is a time for much celebration and fanfare. So without further ado, please rise and give a round of applause to welcome our distinguished faculty members and guest of honor, Judge of Appeal, Andrew Pang. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing. We would now sing the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. On behalf of the school, let's warmly welcome Justice Andrew Pang. Thank you for gracing today's ceremony. Now, it is my honor to invite Justice Pang to give the opening address. Justice Pang, please.
Professor Goh Yi Han, Dean of the School of Law of the Singapore Management University, faculty members, the graduating class of 2019, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm most privileged and honored to have been invited to speak at today's commencement ceremony. Indeed, it is almost 2 decades since I was part of the first cohort of faculty who began teaching at the Singapore Management University. And it was 7 years after the formation of the university before the School of Law was formed. The school is now 12 years old, and the university itself has grown beyond what anyone could have imagined. As I reflected upon what I should say today, I looked back upon my own career in the law and sought to distill what I thought would be the most valuable lessons I had learned from over 4 decades in the law. My speech comprises 3 parts. The first 2 parts or points relate to the law. However, as I will elaborate upon in due course, life in the law cannot be divorced from life itself. On the contrary, both interact and must therefore be integrated if one wants to have not merely a materially successful career in the law, but also a meaningful one as well. My first point relates to the importance of passion and imagination in the practice of law. By passion, I refer to the study and practice of law with a view to achieving just and fair results. Without a commitment to justice and fairness, the practice of law will be a mere business and even a drudgery. Imagination is equally important. We are particularly privileged to be practicing the discipline of law because a nuanced understanding as well as application and development of the law, including Singapore law, is relatively independent of the particular country's, here Singapore's, natural resources. Whilst it is true that funds need to be expended, especially in a common law system, on library resources and staff, such expenditure is not as expensive compared to some other disciplines within a typical university. And this is all the more the case when compared to the general expenditure of any given country as a whole. As, if not more importantly, excellence in the analysis, application, as well as development of the law is, generally speaking, not constrained by an absence of natural resources. The main limitations or constraints lie only to the extent to which lawyers, judges, and legal academics limit their own minds and imaginations. Looked at in this light, there is no reason in logic or principle why Singapore cannot continue to develop its laws in order to better suit its local conditions and circumstances, without, of course, losing sight of the fact that indigenous or autochthonous development of Singapore law must not be undertaken for its own sake, for to do so would be to merely indulge in legal parochialism without recognizing the need to simultaneously balance such development with the broader as well as inevitable and inexorable influences of globalization and internationalization. Indeed, the world has, primarily through technology, become a much smaller world in every sense of the word. This has in turn required a corresponding global and international outlook as well. However, albeit at the risk of putting the point too simplistically, where the domestic needs and circumstances require it, Singapore law ought to be developed with these needs in mind. This brings me to my second point. Passion and imagination must also be accompanied by hard work. I cannot overemphasize the importance of hard work in the practice of law. I have, thankfully only on extremely rare occasions, witnessed talented individuals waste their innate talents because they did not put in the hard work that is so very necessary. However, even here, one must have balance and perspective and also be cognizant of the fact that a work-life balance is also necessary. Indeed, it is often the case that people work too hard in the Singapore context. That is why passion and imagination are also so important as they channel and guide one's efforts so as to achieve optimal results, rather than one merely putting in very long hours of work for relatively little returns. However, you can have passion, imagination, and a diligent attitude, and yet not have a meaningful career in the law. You might well be materially successful, but this is not necessarily meaningful. It is somewhat akin to scaling a tall mountain only to find that you are all alone at the summit. Might I suggest that perhaps true meaning and achievement lie both in the lessons we learn individually while scaling the mountain, as well as the people in distress whom we help along the way. Indeed, impacting other lives for the better, both as lawyers and as fellow human beings, is the key to not only having a meaningful career in the law, but also living a meaningful life in the process. In this regard, let me suggest some important and practical lessons for life as my third point. First, know that worldly fame is fleeting. Humility, however, is both necessary and enduring. As my mother, a superbly skilled educator, used to tell her children, present fame is akin to newspaper headlines in newspapers that will become tomorrow's fish and chips wrappers. She remembered well the couple of years she spent with me and my father in England when my father was reading for his master's degree. Second, it is insufficient being merely intelligent and obtaining a good degree at the university. It is equally, if not more important, that you apply that knowledge you have acquired well, and that requires both wisdom as well as sensitivity towards others. This point is closely related to the first, inasmuch as it requires true humility as opposed to false modesty. Third, do not use people. Be kind instead. Again, my mother always reminded us not to use people like crushed sugarcane, squeezing the life in the illustration juice out of them and then discarding them like worthless things. She always instilled in her children a respect for everyone, regardless of their rank or status in society. Indeed, I have found that it is the small kindnesses in life that ultimately matter to people. When I left the National University of Singapore to join the Singapore Management University, some of my former colleagues told me how I impacted their lives. What surprised me was that what I had done for them did not seem to me to be significant at the time. They were little acts of kindness, many of which I had quite honestly forgotten. It was telling, though, that not a single person said that my professional scholarship would be missed. Fourth, know that you are not indispensable, regardless of your rank or status in society, except to your family. Everyone is replaceable at the workplace, myself included, but your family cannot replace you. So always find as well as take the time to care for them. And if any of you has had any unfortunate misunderstanding with any family member, please make peace before it's too late. Also, do not be afraid to sacrifice for your family. I could tell you of the very many sacrifices my mother and father made for me. They could fill several books. Without my parents, I would not be who I am today. And this brings me to my next and fifth point. Be grateful to those who have helped you and demonstrate that gratitude in tangible ways. Although you have obviously put in much time and effort to achieve what you have today, this would not have been possible without the sacrifices of your parents, spouses, lecturers, as well as close friends and relatives. Sacrifice is a precious thing, ever present and always uplifting, but never obtrusive, and hence is often taken for granted. Sixth, accept the fact that injustice is an inevitable fact of life in a fundamentally imperfect world. Therefore, learn to forgive and move on and become better instead of bitter. More importantly, as I've already mentioned, try to do whatever you can to eradicate injustice whenever you can. As lawyers, you can, in fact, achieve this directly through the practice of your profession, or indeed any other chosen career path for that matter. Finally, and pulling the various threads together, so to speak, our lives are very much like candles. These candles are lit not just during blackouts, which are now really rare in Singapore, but were a little less rare when I was a child. On the contrary, they are lit the moment we are born. And these candles or lives have a limited duration, whether we like it or not. How we burn and where we choose to place ourselves therefore become of crucial importance. Insofar as the former is concerned, some of us are concerned, unfortunately, with burning the candle at both ends. Put simply, the focus is not on bringing meaningful light to others, but, for example, impressing immediate bosses in ways that are not really connected to our work, let alone excellence in our work, but rather to gain extra favor for ourselves instead. The irony is that by doing this, we are not only shortening the duration of the candles, or more specifically our use, but are also shining our light in an ultimately fruitless way, which brings me to the latter point, where we choose to place ourselves. As already mentioned, where we choose to place ourselves is vitally important. It seems to me that we should place ourselves where we will assist the most persons at any given point in time. The focus, in other words, is on bringing light and assistance to others as best we can. It also seems to me to be the most meaningful way of living one's limited physical life. In an imperfect world, it is my hope that we will all live in such a manner as to impact other lives for the better whenever we can and wherever we are. May we bring light in the darkness and as a result, comfort and strength to others, not only as lawyers, but as fellow human beings. May I take this opportunity to congratulate you and your loved ones today as you each embark upon exciting adventures that are unique to you alone. Thank you.
Thank you, Justice Pang, for the encouraging words. May we invite you to your seat. It's my pleasure to invite our Dean, Professor Goh Yihan, to make a speech. Prof. Goh, please.
Justice Andrew Pang, Judge of Appeal, Supreme Court of Singapore, distinguished guests, colleagues from Singapore and abroad, graduates from the class of 2019, together with your family and friends. On behalf of the School of Law, welcome to our beautiful campus on this wonderful commencement day. I would like to especially thank and welcome Justice Andrew Pang for gracing this occasion. We, indeed I, are very grateful for your presence this morning and for the very heartfelt speech earlier. I would also like to thank our colleagues from overseas who have taken time to join us this morning. And finally, I want to acknowledge the efforts of Esther Pang and Adrian Neo, as well as that of all our colleagues from the General Office, without which this commencement would literally not have taken place. Commencement is one of the most anticipated events on the university calendar. It is on this day that we come together to celebrate the achievements of our graduates. It is also on this day that we celebrate those who have made all of this possible for our graduates. Parents, friends, and spouses, all of you are the pillars of support that have enabled each of our graduates' successes this morning. And for that, we thank you. It is also an especially proud day for your teachers, many of whom are here to celebrate your success with you. I want to take this opportunity to thank Eunice Chua, Gary Low, and Wu Yingjie, who left us earlier this year, and we wish you all the very best. I also want to acknowledge Mark Finlay, who as the senior faculty has contributed immensely in various capacities, including most recently at our Center for AI and Data Governance. And finally, I want to thank Tan Xiao Hon for serving as the inaugural Associate Dean for Student, Alumni, and Staff Affairs with your customary self-sacrificial attitude. One of the rare perks of my job as Dean is the opportunity to use this occasion to speak with you, my students, for one last time. And of course, you must listen attentively for that last time. First of all, I'm so very proud of all of you. I want to give a special shout out to the classes I have had the privilege of personally teaching, my second batch of LLB students, my third batch of JD students, and of course, my congratulations to everyone graduating this year, our LLB, JD, and LLM students. Second, I want to share a piece of advice with you, one that I received many years ago. As the Chinese philosopher Confucius once said, well, it looks like I may have taken the wrong folder. Will you excuse me while I go and take... Hey, Angela, where's my script?
You left it at the library.
Oh,
Oh, wait. You want me to hold your rope or not?
yes, of course. All right, thank you.
Okay,
All right,
see you.
Thanks. Sorry, paiseh, get out of the way. Excuse me, please. Coming through, sorry.
Wow, these students are checking Telegram, not listening to Prof. Wondering what they're saying.
Hey Prof, we have an extra teh tarik. Do you want?
Oh yeah, sure. That's great. Thanks. Thank you. Hey Tariq. Walao, 5th floor. Okay, might as well.
Let's catch the first Pokemon stat.
Wow, might as well watch the whole season lah. Yeah, read newspaper. Wow, property so expensive. Like that how? No house lah. Okay, let's go.
Tomorrow your class together, wear what ah?
Just wear something normal lor.
No lah, must wear floral dress or skirt.
Oh, and correct and tie two pigtails.
We guys are tie pigtails. True.
Just wear something Hawaiian or floral.
No use one lah, he won't even notice us. But we should still try our best lah, cause ultimately it's a 0.5 mod.
Very formal.
Yeah, correct.
Pikachu.
Aiya, never say earlier. Aiya, wrong library.
Hey bro, this one you paint one ah?
No lah bro, this one Mark Finlay paint one.
Wow, swag bro. I'm taking his class at LTT next sem. You took before right? How is it ah?
Legal theory but heng he's a super interesting prof, so his class quite late.
Nice.
Hi Prof, come join
Hey, sure. Let's do it.
So we heard Prof Eunice is leaving and we'll really miss her, so we wanted to write her a thank you card.
Could you pass this to her for us?
Yes, of course. I'm sure she'll like it very much. Of course.
Pikachu.
Oh gosh. Okay. Need to go. All right. See you guys. Bye. Wow, library so big. Wow, where to find the bag, yeah, never mind. Better go back commencement.
Prof, go. Don't forget your bag.
Oh, thank you very much. Hey, Xiao Hon, what are you doing here?
I'm teaching my dog. I hope you
Oh,
don't
really?
mind.
Why are you teaching your dog?
I'm teaching him to class part.
Class part? Why does a dog need to class part?
I don't know. He's my favorite student anyway.
Really? More so than our SMU students?
Well, let's not go there.
Oh, no.
Anyway, don't you have to go to commencement?
Oh yeah? Oh right, that's true. But before that, here's something for you and maybe another dog.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. See you.
Bye. Many doggies.
Wow, got bike. Better be careful of AMA.
Sorry to keep everyone waiting. I will see you in a bit.
Oh, you're back. Quick, everyone's waiting.
Oh, yes, thanks. I took the long way. I should exercise more and drink less Coke. Okay, let me put this on. Thanks, Angela.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay.
Well, that was a long run. Well, I hope you do not mind that little surprise or prank, nor do you find it inappropriate for a supposedly solemn occasion such as this. We are, after all, a different you, and we celebrate our commencements differently. There are two reasons why we did the video. The first is to pay tribute to some of our teachers I had mentioned earlier. Thank you once again for all your contributions to the school. The second and main reason has to do with you, our graduates, this morning. I hope it reminded you of your experiences during law school, such as typing on Telegram during class, and believe me, we knew you were doing this more often than you think. Or the long wait at the lift at our law library, or perhaps thinking about what to wear for class presentations. And of course, who can forget the Teh Tarik incident where our new building was flooded with water from a nearby burst pipe. And that certainly prompted more questions than usual about Rylance and Fletcher during Todd's class. If there is one thing that the Teh Tarik incident taught me, it is that we can wish for the best of things, but experience the exact opposite. However, it is human for us to wish for things. Wishes represent our hopes for a better future. Over the summer, my wife and I visited the Meiji Jingu in Tokyo, a very popular tourist attraction. There, in the main shrine, is a structure for visitors to write their wishes on plaques that were sold for 500 Japanese yen each. For fun, I made some wishes, one of which was SMU's School of Law to become the best law school in Singapore and the world. I suppose occupational hazard is a very real condition indeed. If I had 3 wishes for our graduates today at the start of your career, I want first to wish you, as Chief Justice John Roberts did at a commencement speech, bad luck. I wish you some bad luck so that you will learn that bad things happen in life even though you might have tried your very best. However, it is in such moments that you will also learn that just as your failures may not be down to your fault, there will be times when your successes are not strictly deserved. And it is then that I hope you will learn to be grateful. Be grateful for the opportunities that do come. Be grateful to your mentors who help you generously and expect nothing in return. I know I'm immensely grateful to my mentors. Above all, instead of lamenting your bad luck, be grateful in the face of adversity. You will learn all of that with some bad luck, which I wish upon you. Second, I wish that you will experience the occasional harshness. I wish that you receive such harshness because it is only then you will learn about the importance of being kind. As a Bloomberg article delightfully states, mean is easy, kind is hard. A 5-year-old has the skill to inflict unintended cruelty on others. Those with greater ambitions should leave such casual cruelty behind them. And this is not so that we can feel good about ourselves, but that we may not do harm unto others unintentionally. So, be kind, and be kind especially to those who may not be in a position to help you. You will learn that in the face of some harshness, which I wish upon you. Finally, I wish you the occasional disappointment. I wish you the disappointment of an unrequited love, because only then you will truly know it when you have found true love. I wish you the disappointment of missing a treasured opportunity, because that will spur you to try even harder and achieve even more. In Tokyo, one of the plaques we saw read, "From walking on the line between life and death, I was offered the possibility to travel and learn about this world. I'm thankful for the ability to still ponder in my mind." I do not know what the writer went through, but it is clear that the difficult circumstances redefined his or her perspective. It is from that occasional disappointment that you will learn to be resilient, and you will also learn to be grateful for other blessings. It opens your eyes to see the good amidst the bad. In the end, bad luck, harshness, and disappointments are the realities of life which no one can escape from. I wish you these things early on in your career so that you will learn to be grateful, kind, and resilient. These are the qualities that will help you navigate the valleys of life and become truly successful. I want to close by returning to the plaques of wishes we saw in Tokyo. We took time to read through the wishes. Many were common. I wish for my parents to be healthy. I wish to do well for my exams. I wish for a girlfriend or boyfriend. And the last one proved to be exceptionally common. But then we chanced upon a very interesting wish. I wish to run super fast as Flashman and Gecko and Superman. A few thoughts crossed my mind. What did the writer mean? Why did he or she want to run so fast? And who in the world is Gecko? It sounded like such an absurd wish that one would laugh at. Indeed, a child probably wrote that wish. But it quickly struck me that this somewhat simplistic and funny wish holds great wisdom. It reminds us to dream big, to think big, and to believe big. And so I implore you, as you enter the next phase of your life, never stop aiming for the stars. Do not fear failure. If you miss the stars, you may still end up amongst the planets. And that's better than remaining on planet Earth. People may laugh at you, but take it in your stride as you retain that childlike faith to believe that things are possible. If not today, then someday. As has been said, dream big, for you can't stuff a great life into a small dream. Above all, don't take things too seriously, and perhaps that's why we did the video. The world is as complex as it is. Why make yourself unhappy by forgetting to laugh? And so here's to wishing all of us being able to run as fast as Flashman and Gecko and Superman, whoever Gecko really is. And yet, let us remain human enough at heart to laugh a little at both our achievements and failures. Let me congratulate once again on your graduation. We await with eager anticipation the difference that each of you will be making as you dare to dream big and overcome bad luck, harshness, and disappointments, but learn more importantly to be kind, grateful, and resilient. But please remember your alma mater, and we hope you will stay in touch as our alumni. Indeed, once you're part of the SMU family, you never really can leave, an outcome achieved by the implication of a term by the Dean's wish. Go on and make this a better world for the next generation. That will be your measure and the measure of this school. Have a wonderful commencement. Congratulations once again, and thank you so very much.
Thank you, Dean, for the inspiring speech, and please remain on stage. We will now begin with the presentation of the degrees, starting with the postgraduate cohorts.
We shall now present the Master of Laws in Cross-Border Business and Finance Law in Asia, Chu Wan Lin. Albina Mironova. Elizaveta Shestaneva. Evelyn Hutami Gunawaman. Krithana Saminathan. Lai E. An. Lorianis Margarita Rezex Villaverel. Maria Lutz Jinio Si. Matugas Aquilio Akayan. Mia Tue Chel. Park Soo Young. Sarah Giametteo. Sun Hee Young. Hao Ran. Umai Koji. We shall now present the Juris Doctor, Chan Ting Bun, magna cum laude. Chan Wei Ling, magna cum laude. Cheng Eng Chow Edward, magna cum laude. Chong Ka Wai Kimberly. Gan Yi Kiet, summa cum laude, winner of the Peggy Pang Prize for the top student in legal theory and philosophy. Guo Yunwen Yvonne, cum laude. Ian Wong Hong, magna cum laude, winner of the Black Oak LLC Prize for the top student in corporate insolvency law. Ivan Ku Yi, summa cum laude. Jan Hendrix Maximilian Frederick Jürgens. Lim Kwang Ren, cum laude. Lim Yin Hui, cum laude. Ng Kiet Han. Dominic Polger, cum laude. Stephanie Danelle Kok Mei Hui. Tan Wei Liang, magna cum laude. Tan Yun Hao Olsen. Tae Tze Chung, cum laude. Krishna Rajan Menon, cum laude. Wee Kim Wee Alicia, cum laude. Zhang Jun, magna cum laude. Winner of the Ashurst ADT Law Prize for Best Student in Commercial Conflict of Laws, Black Oak LLC Prize for the Top Student in Corporate Insolvency Law, and Clyde & Co Classes Singapore Prize for the Top Student in Insurance Law.
Thank you, Dean. Please return to your seat. We will now invite Justice Pang to present the Wee Chong Jin Prize for the Most Outstanding Juris Doctor Graduate. Justice Pang, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, this year we are proud to present the Wee Chong Jin Prize for the Most Outstanding Juris Doctor Graduate to Lee Chuan, summa cum laude. Joint winner of the Portcullis Trust Prize for the Top Student in Law of Equity and Trust.
Thank you, Justice Pang. May we invite you to your seat. We would now like to invite Lee Chuan to give a speech.
Justice Pang, Dean, faculty, family, and friends. It is an honor to address the graduating class of 2019 at this supposedly very solemn event. On 15 August 2016, for the JD candidates, our law school journey officially began. And over the past 3 years, SMU School of Law has been my home. Beyond just teaching what the law is, the faculty here has shown me that the practice of law is an honorable profession. It has made me aspire to be a good lawyer in the future, and more importantly, to be a better person. During my business school education as an undergraduate, I unfortunately got a C in ethics. But now, I'm proud to inform that under the care and guidance of our beloved Professor David Smith, I've attained a solid B+ for ethics. It is not perfect, but I think it's a good place to start, and I'll continue to strive to be a better person in the future. The JD class of 2019 embodies the spirit of perseverance, resilience, and academic excellence. Amongst us are those who have had to juggle between parenthood and their legal studies. So I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate Wei Ling, Lolita, Wei Jie, Kiet Han, and their spouses for their success today. Also, congratulations to Wei Liang, who recently became a father as well. I would also like to take this opportunity to congratulate Yvonne, who did her PhD and JD concurrently, finishing both with stellar results. She's now working at the International Affairs Division, advancing Singapore's interest in the international arena and doing what she loves. And also congratulations to my dear friend Ivan, who will soon become one of the few people in Singapore who is both qualified as a lawyer and a medical doctor. So basically every Asian parent's dream come true. So my fellow classmates, it has been a pleasure to study alongside you. The passion that all of you have in the study of the law is infectious, and I have no doubt that this class will go on to achieve many significant contributions to Singapore law and to Singapore in time to come. In many ways, the JD class is a microcosm of the Singapore society. We come from all walks of life, holding different views and beliefs, and we have engaged in fierce but respectful and engaging intellectual debates, especially in the legal theory class taught by the brilliant Professor Mark Finlay. Now, while our differing views and ideologies may threaten to divide us, we remain united in our passion in the law and the pursuit for truth and reason. As individuals who have had the privilege to study law, we all share the civic responsibility to further the pursuit of truth and reason in the public square. Now, this is especially important in a world where there is increasing tendency to be quick to cast judgments and demonize the other. Hence, I hope that we will continue to do our part in enriching dialogue in the public square and promoting mutual understanding and empathy in Singapore. Now, I'd like to thank the important individuals who have helped me get here today, and I seek your kind indulgence. Thank you to the faculty and staff, especially to our JD program directors, Professor Gary Chan and Professor Mache, and also to Pixie and Rebecca for taking care of us for the past 3 years. To my ICC teammates, Victoria, Tessa, Eileen, Tracy, and Peiqi, thank you for the beautiful memories that we shared in The Hague. And I'd also like to thank Professor Chen Siyuan, the IM alumni, and Wong Partnership for their support and guidance in the International Moods program, of which I've benefited tremendously from. To my best friend and soulmate Yuan Jun, thank you for being my pillar of strength and support. I cherish and appreciate the deep bond that we share. And most importantly, to my family, Nai Nai, Daddy, Mommy, 我爱你们. I hope you guys are proud of me today. Special shout out to my newborn niece, Hannah. She's very adorable. She's born last week. And lastly, to the graduating class of 2019, congratulations for surviving the long hours of reading, the many coursework, and most importantly, for surviving the great floods known as the Taiping phenomenon. And I look forward to working with all of you in practice. Thank you.
Congratulations, Li Chuan. We shall now commence with the presentation of the LLB degree to the undergraduate class of 2019. May we invite our Dean on the stage again to present the degrees. Dean, please.
Ahmed Nafami bin Muhammad Saleh, magna cum laude. Alkenda Sia Kai Jun, cum laude. Alston Yong, cum laude. Ang Cheng Da, cum laude. Ang Wei Shen, magna cum laude. Angela Poon Yan Ling, magna cum laude. Anita Go Pei Yu, cum laude. Carolyn Chao Sin Yi. Chan Mei An, magna cum laude, double degree, Bachelor of Laws and Bachelor of Business Management. Chang Chi Jun, magna cum laude, joint winner of the Michael Huang Prize for the top student in International Commercial Arbitration and joint winner of the PKWA Law Prize for the top student in Family Law. Charmaine Kui Yan Ling. Chen Li Sin, magna cum laude. Cheng Yu Dun, magna cum laude. Chia Wan Lu, cum laude. Chiam Jia An. Chin Yen Bing Arthur. Chu Junkai, summa cum laude. Christy Poon. Chua Shu Ying, cum laude. Chua Shu Yuan Delvin, cum laude. Chua Yiling Eileen, cum laude. Chua Jianting, magna cum laude. Claire Lim, magna cum laude. Clara Tay Ying Sui, cum laude. Clarence Chiang Wei Ming. Daniel Ling Sin Chuan, magna cum laude, winner of the Asian Patent Attorneys Association Prize for the top student in international commercialization of IP. Dion Ng Chen Yang, cum laude. Derek Tan Chang Shen, cum laude. Dheeraj G. Chainani, summa cum laude, and winner of the SMU Circle Award. Dixon Lim Teng Cheng, cum laude. Divya Lakshmi, daughter of K. Durai. Dylan Pei Yi Hao, magna cum laude. Edward Chong Han Hui, cum laude. Ernest Tan En Jie, summa cum laude. Evan Chui Shin Hao, magna cum laude. Feng Zhuo, cum laude. Feng Yunyi Bonetta. Gladys Yo Lee Min. Guo Ziyong, cum laude. Hong Ka Chon, cum laude. Hoon Wei Yang Benedict, cum laude. Janice Lo Hui Yi, Jovan Christopher Pereira, Joel Chu Xianjin, Jonathan Sam Wei Yi, Joseph Lee Jingxin, magna cum laude. Justin Louis Ongo, Kenneth Lo Ding Chao, cum laude. Kevin Ho Jun Hien, Kim Na Hyun, Ko Yi Shin, cum laude. Ku Manling Audrey, cum laude. Huo Jiwei, Luo Zewei Joshua, magna cum laude. Lee Si-eun Crystal, magna cum laude, and joint winner of the Michael Huang Prize for Top Student in International Commercial Arbitration. Lee Yun-eun, Lee Zhenghui Sean, magna cum laude. Leong Shimin Nicole, cum laude. Leong Zhihong Jonathan, magna cum laude. Lim Jia-ying, magna cum laude. Double degree in Bachelor of Laws and Bachelor of Business Management. Lim Jo-ji, magna cum laude. Lim Kai-chong, summa cum laude. Lim Nung Fang, Lim Rejia Gladys, Lim Shaoyang Lionel, magna cum laude. Lim Sing Yin Clarame. Lim Wei Xiang Darren, magna cum laude. Lui Hui Yu. Marianne Go Jing Yi. Mark Sanjay Tambia. Mary Lisa Zhihui Chua. Megan Lois Lau Shi Mei. Melina Chu Yingfei, summa cum laude. Na Yen Li Beverly. Na Yi Hui Rebecca. Jun Shen, summa cum laude, and winner of the Kwa Geok Chu Top Law Student Award, awarded by the Neon Gongsi. Wan Yun Deborah. Wing Sun, cum laude. Ian Joshua, cum laude. Zhen Rong. Niranjana Ram, magna cum laude. Ong Boon Chong. Ngao Wai Hong Sean, magna cum laude. Pang Shiting, cum laude. P. Wei T. Shanice. Ho Wen Jing. R. Krishna Divya, cum laude. Ruben Teng Han. Ryan Go Meng Shen, cum laude. Sean Tan Ka Jun. Sharma Neharika. Shemaine Ang Shemin, cum laude. Sherman Poon Yi Jie, cum laude. Shu Kit, cum laude. Sim Wei Min Stephanie. Susanna Abigail Yim, cum laude. Tai Yuan Min Estelle, magna cum laude. Tan Ding Yuan Timothy, cum laude. Tan D. Ray Lloyd, cum laude. Tan Dylan Mark, cum laude. Tan Hui Sin, magna cum laude. Tan Kian Heng. Tan Lina. Tan Shu Ling. Tan Si Ying Tessa, magna cum laude. Tan Ting Ting, magna cum laude. Tan Wei Yang. Tan Shen Ming. Tan Yongyuan Jordan, cum laude. Tan Yu Han, cum laude. Tan Ziming Timothy, summa cum laude. Tan Zhong Yang. Tan Kai Qing, cum laude. Tang Si Ray Charlotte, cum laude. Tae Hui Min Benjamin, summa cum laude, and winner of the Emeritus Professor Gerald Dworkin Prize for the Best Student in Intellectual Property Law. Tae Lien Wen Sean, cum laude. Teng Lin Min, summa cum laude, and winner of the Law Society Distinguished Scholar Award, the joint winner of the Portcullis Trust Prize for the top student in Law of Equity and Trusts, and the joint winner of the TSMP Law Corporation Prize for the Best Law Student in Ethics and Social Responsibility. Teo Wei Jie. Tae Jie Lewis, cum laude. Tam Jun Wai Eugene. Tia Zhang Jie, summa cum laude. Tong Ying Shen, cum laude. Tin Shu Min, cum laude. Teo Xiaomin, cum laude. Venezia Wee, magna cum laude. Wang Qiuru Lin. Wayne Yo, cum laude. Wee Hong Liang Galvin. Wilfred Tan Wei Sheng. Wong Ye Yang, magna cum laude, and joint winner of the Portcullis Trust Prize for the top student in the Law of Equity and Trust. Yo King Jing, cum laude. Yo Yisheng Brendan. Yong Jun Wei Aaron, summa cum laude, and winner of the SMU Circle Award. Yo Wen Tao. Yu Zheng Yi, cum laude. Zephan Chua Wei En, cum laude. Zelina E. Ziling.
Thank you, Dean. May we invite you back to your seat. Now, for the final award, let us welcome Justice Pang back on stage to present the award.
Ladies and gentlemen, this year we are proud to present the DBS Bank School Valedictorian Award to Nguyen Sing Veng, summa cum laude, and winner also of the Amarjit Singh Senior Counsel Law Prize for Public International Law.
Thank you, Justice. May we invite you back to your seat. Congratulations, Veng. We now invite you to deliver your speech.
A very good morning to Justice Pang, parents, professors, friends, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor to be appointed the valedictorian of the cohort, but it is an even greater honor to be sharing this address on behalf of all my friends who have survived this law school journey with me. So, in the spirit of the legal profession, I have taken the liberty to craft my speech based on precedents that are available to me online. So, in the words of the great Sheldon Cooper, I was under the misapprehension that my successors were mine alone. Nothing can be further from the truth. I owe my successors to God, in whom nothing is impossible. I would also not be here if not for my parents, who were somewhere around here. My mother, my sister, and my father, who have loved me unconditionally and worked tirelessly for my happiness. Con cảm ơn bố, con cảm ơn mẹ, cảm ơn bóng còi. Không có gia đình thì đúng là con không được như ngày hôm nay. I would also like to thank my wonderful professors, amongst whom are Prof. Tang Hang Wu and Prof. Chen Siyuan, for teaching me about the 3 L's: law, life, and love. And last but not least, I have also been encouraged, sustained, inspired, but most importantly, tolerated by the best groups of friends anyone could have asked for. To Wayne and his family, who has given me a roof over my head for the past 3 years. To Lee Sin, my first and hopefully only girlfriend. To my groups of friends, to Wick, to contract crew, and many other people who have molded me into who I am today. And friends, before we part, I would like to leave you with a few thoughts of my own. It is my wish that law school has inculcated in us the lifelong habit of asking questions. And this is because it is not enough for us to ask, how does the law work? We also have to ask ourselves, why is the law the way it is? And most importantly, whether the law has struck the right balance. Now take, for instance, patent law is necessary to drive innovation, but it has also made life-saving drugs expensive, especially for people in the third world. And much in the same vein, fake news laws are necessary to protect society from foreign interference, but it may also hamper constructive debates in the public interest. And as the great American jurist Oliver Wendell Holmes has famously remarked, the law is never neutral, and it is up to us, its guardians, to ensure that the right balance is struck for the betterment of society. Thank you, and I wish everyone a happy Commencement Day.
Congratulations once again, Zvong. Graduates, today marks the beginning of a new journey in our lives, and I hope that we will do each other proud in the years ahead. You have now officially graduated from SMU. With those parting words, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the ceremony. Congratulations to the class of 2019. May we invite Dean Goh to lead the recessional. May we first invite our VIPs to take their leave. VIPs, please. We would like to invite all guests to proceed immediately to level 2 for lunch. With that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you and goodbye.